What's up, preppers? Welcome back to another video. This is a follow-up video from my previous EV video. This is in an effort to constantly give you the right information, the right feedback, and no matter how much I sing about something or tell you it's wonderful, if I find out after the fact, I will tell you. Okay, so if I review something and say it's great and then a month later it falls apart, you can bet your bottom dollar I will come on and do a video and be honest with you and say, listen, I'm sorry I advised this. Hey, it's crap. The car, the ATTO 3 BYD, is great. It's wonderful. Okay, I've had no issues with that. It's an enjoyable drive. It's comfortable. They're a bit tight with the data. They have like a data allowance on there, so you've got to sync it to your phone for that. But you know, hey ho, swings and roundabouts. Now, the problem we have is the infrastructure surrounding this. Now, if you have the facility to plug your EV in at home, charge it overnight, and even more so, that same facility at your destination, then that's superb. And you can probably run the EV fine like that and not have any issues at all. Now, I've made no secret that I'm trying to move house, so I've not got a port installed at this premises to charge the car. I don't fancy hanging a wire out the window to charge it on a main road. So therefore, I've been charging it at service stations and garages and EV points all around the place where I can. The problem with this is they are a nightmare. I've never seen such a new infrastructure, something that they apparently are trying to promote, electric vehicles and stuff like this, and you know, saving the planet and the world, just be so neglected. The Tesla seems to be doing a great job of installing new things everywhere, but just the general ones that people can use in any EV, the payment thing's not working, or the connector's not quite working, or this one doesn't take your type of bank card. It's just been an absolute pain. And I thought, is this just me? Is this a learning curve that most EV drivers go through, and I've just got to, you know, figure out the best way to do it, and I'm just doing it wrong, I'm messing up the process? But no, I've seen it with people that have had them for 2 years. I mean, the people that pull up next to me on these charging stations are generally quite friendly, usually chatting about something, usually about EVs, of course, because you have that in common. But I met a couple that have been doing it, been driving EVs for 2-3 years, didn't know how to charge at this certain place. They were like, do I have to download the app? Can I just tap my card? Blah, blah, blah. It wasn't clear. They were an older generation, so maybe just the messaging wasn't clear enough for them, but I helped them out. But I've tried to pay at one place and couldn't. Now, you think, oh, well, just go to the next one. Great. Now, if you've ever had range anxiety on your car with a fuel car, when your light goes on and when your needle goes, generally you get to know your car and you know how far it can go. Yeah, I knew with my old car, the needle was like literally all the way down, couldn't go down any further. I had about 20 miles still in the tank, in fumes, as it were. So you kind of get used to that. Now, the EVs are very accurate. It says you've got 13 miles and it will clock them down. And if you put the AC on, they'll clock down even faster. But you imagine you get to a services and you pull in and there's 2 EV charge slots and they're both not working. They're both not accepting your card. The next nearest EV charging place that you can go to is 20 miles away, but your range is 13. Suddenly in a very different predicament. Obviously, I mean, you're probably shouting and screaming, so don't let it get that low then. It's easier said than done, because the infrastructure in this country, as much as if you're in a city, London, Manchester, things like that, as soon as you go in rural, as soon as you just want to like head up north or head through the Dales or anything like that, they're few and far between, these charging stations. So it's very easy to get caught out, or just rely on the fact there is definitely one in the middle of that area that I can go to. You go to it, broken, not working, doesn't let you card, won't let you go, etc. Won't let you go is an interesting one. I met somebody today outside a supermarket, had their EV. I was pulling up because there's only one fast charge point at this certain supermarket. So I pulled up and he was already hooked up to it, but he looked like he was about to go. So I pulled in anyway next to him, and he was tapping his card away, and he was tapping the screen. So I got out to see what was going on, and he'd used this card to start the charge because it pre-authorizes your card. So it says, right, I've pre-authorized £40, whatever, you could start charging. Now, to prevent anyone coming past and unplugging your charger, it's locked in place to your car. Yeah, you can't get it out till you've stopped the charge. To stop the charge, you've got to press stop and then tap your card again to verify it's you. Now, either his card or the contactless point in between this period had stopped working. So his car was stuck, like the cable was stuck in. He couldn't get it out, couldn't release it. And I assume there's a phone number to call on the side of the thing or a website, so he will get out there eventually. He'll get it sorted eventually. But what a nightmare. When's the last time you went to a fuel pump and couldn't leave because the fuel pump was stuck in? I mean, even if you can't pay for your fuel, there's contingencies in place. There's forms to fill in. You can come back within 24 hours or etc. Blah, blah, blah. There's ways and means. Not, we're just going to hold your vehicle here. So, yeah. That's just the update. I wanted to keep you informed of my experience as it's going on. As far as a bug out vehicle, it's not going to be the one for me. Could an EV be a bug out vehicle? Yeah, definitely. If you had the means to self-sufficiently charge it, if it was cost effective, if it had a decent range, and depending where you're bugging out to, there's very good possibilities. For me, it's not going to work. Where I need to go and where I want to go, especially if it was a grid down situation or even any sort of SHTF where you couldn't go to a fuel station or use the main roads, it's not going to get me far enough. It's not going to work. And I don't know if it's going to be charged at the point something happens. So, yeah, as a person looking for a vehicle, EVs are awesome. Driving around town, doing your little commute, etc. Comfortable, quiet, friendly to the environment, all that wonderful stuff. As a prepper for bugging out, not there yet. Not there yet at all. Now, I want to have a discussion with somebody that's been on the show before, and we'll do a follow-up video of how it could be more of a prepper vehicle and how we can make that self-sufficient. So stay tuned for that one. But as it stands, the stress that it's causing me over long distances, I'm glad we kept the diesel as a second car, because I won't be doing long trips in that anymore. Not until there's something drastic changed about the EV infrastructure in the UK. A rant, that's all this was, a complete rant to get it off my chest. And it's the second time I've ranted at you. The only problem is the first time I recorded it, I had my mic muted, and I think it was better that time. But hey-ho, you get the second rant. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, it's not all doom and gloom and ranting about EVs on this channel. We do all sorts. Hit like, hit subscribe, don't forget the bell notification, and leave a comment below. Let me know if you've had any experience with EVs and why you would or why you wouldn't use it as a bug out vehicle. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all later.